Hey everybody, what's going on? Dustin here with another NASCAR DIECAST review, and today we're taking a look at, now remember this is actually a Memorial Day special. I'm actually doing this on a Sunday rather than on a Monday, since today is Memorial Day Sunday. Today is every race fan's biggest day. The Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 and the Monaco Grand Prix. Well, with the Monaco Grand Prix in the morning, followed by the Indianapolis 500 and NASCAR's longest race in history, the Coca-Cola 600. So today, what's a better way of doing it than this is with this special 5-car review. Now, I've done one back earlier with Kyle Busch. Now this one is 5 different drivers. I can't list them all. That's why the title's a little bit shorter. We got Mike Skinner, Bobby Hamilton, Ricky Rudd, Dale Jarrett, and Jerry Nadeau all in here. And also the branches of the military is listed respectively as well. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and take this tin off, so I'll be right back. And here they all are, out of the tin, to which there are 3,504 of these are made. And also, look at the date. Today's date is actually May 28th of 2023, so this is 23 years old to this very day. These cars are 23, and they're still brand new, too. Never been taken out before. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and take a look from, in this time, in the order they were formed. So it's Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and Coast Guard. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start off with the Army. So we got the number 31, Mike Skinner, Lowe's U.S. Army Chevrolet Monte Carlo. This really nice red, white, and blue scheme. And as we can see on the front, it basically has the M1 Abrams tank with the Army on the bottom, followed by 3 stars and the Lowe's on it, and also on a blue hood too, while you actually got a predominantly red and white body. And keep in mind, these cars are from 2000, and they still look brand new, to which I will give whoever actually has this in storage room. Storage right. As you can see here, we have some small contingency sponsors. Now, I will not cover all the contingency sponsors on the car, so basically you already seen them. If you see them on this car, you've seen it on all. We got the Richard Childress Racing on the headlight decal. And we got this contingency sponsors on here. We got the NASCAR 2000, the NASCAR Winston Cup, Bud Pull Award, Gatorade, Autometer, Spicer, Mechanics Wear, Nomi, Hasbro Sports, EA Sports. And you can see we also have that number 31 in gold with the Eagle. Just looking on behind. Just wanted to peck out the competition. We got Mike Skinner's name up on the name rail. Now the 31 is in its normal colors, while yet it's actually blue and gold. And also, each of these cars have 4 rubber Goodyear tires, and also a die-cast chassis as well, just riveted onto die-cast metal. We got Lowe's on here, and we also have the Cobalt Mechanics tools as well. On the back, we have this really nice silver back bumper with Lowe's.com, and also the phone number for the Army, which I'm not sponsored or endorsed by the military. And also, the other side is the same way. And of course, the hood does open to it, which good flick of the wrist, and you can even see a sign. Now, I won't be able to open all of them because basically they're all the same anyway, same engine setup, same chassis and everything. So I won't be covering that. So basically, it's just going to be focused on the car itself. So now we got the Army out of the way. Make way for the Navy. Now we got one of the few oldest branches of the military on the possibly the oldest NASCAR team. 2000, second to the Wood Brothers. This is the Bobby Hamilton Morgan McClure Racing number 4 Kodak film, U.S. Navy, driven by Bobby Hamilton. Now, kind of odd since this is actually going to give us 4 new drivers that we have not done a review of for the first time ever. So, now on here we have the Kodak sponsor, and also we got the U.S. Navy as well. Yeah, I think this is a FA-18 Hornet taken off from an aircraft carrier. There's really no number or anything that tells me what this carrier is, so kind of a bummer there. Really like this, a nice yellow car, just something as a basic color. Got some contingency sponsors on here, and also really dig those red wheels on there too. Really nice. Got number 4 on here. We got Bobby Hamilton, Kodak Max Film, forward air, and also we have a Navy sailor saluting. I know it's really hard to see that, but from a distance you can make it out that it's a sailor. Back with Kodak's Max Film. And of course the other side is the same way as well. The underside, and you may realize that there's actually a RCCA decal on here as well. Since this is a RCCA Elite Series anyway, and also, like what I said about opening up the hood, ain't gonna worry about that because all the engines are the same anyway. So now time for the branch that falls under the U.S. Navy. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, it's the United States Marine Corps, driven by Ricky Rudd in the number 28 Texaco Havoline Ford Taurus for Robert Yates Racing. And as you can see, the scheme is very well based and very well done made too. If you actually notice the coloring, it actually depicts the U.S. Marine uniform, which I find so amazing. Just that red and the blue just really makes better. Or maybe it's black, but I'm thinking sometimes I really have not seen a Marine uniform for such a long time, because I understand they wore the blue trousers with the red stripe that goes on down the side as well, and also those very nice service coats as well. On here we have the 2 Texaco Havoline logos, and we have the U.S. Marines logo, the eagle, the globe, and the anchor, a very known staple and a very known logo of the U.S. Marine Corps. And it is a Ford Taurus. I think there's only this one and Dale Jarrett, to which we will look at. Also got the Robert Yates Racing on here. And we have the really nice, beautiful full contingency sponsors. I'm sure we already seen it all on the other cars. And we have Ricky Rudd's name upon the name rail. And we have a Marine with the saber sword. We got the Havoline sponsorship. Now on the B pillar, we have Texaco Havoline, we have Ford Racing, Coca-Cola. C post, we got the Ray Bestis brakes, the official brakes in NASCAR. And on the back we have Texaco Havoline as well. And also on the back of the deck lid we have the View and the Proud, which is the motto for the U.S. Navy. The U.S. Marine Corps. I really don't know what the motto is for the Navy. And this side is the same way. Now, I'm not really sure if the camera's picking it up or not, but you can really see this nice dark blue hue that's actually coming off of it, or maybe it's black, I don't know. It's showing up as dark blue, but if it's showing up on black, just let me know. And also, if you haven't noticed, there's actually a gold stripe that runs between the black and the red as well. And there's also a red interior as well, as you can see. And also, I understand. I always say, yeah, we're not going to worry about doing the other sides, but this one is actually red for a change. So out goes the Marines, in comes the Air Force. And here is Dale Jarrett's number 88 for Quality Care Service, the United States Air Force. Now, growing up in an Air Force town, this one is very meaningful because this is basically the scheme that I remember growing up as a kid. Now, if you were to visit the Museum of Aviation in Warner Robins, Georgia, there's actually a painting with Dale Jarrett in this car. I think it was a Sam Bass painting. I am not sure. I think it was Dale Jarrett shaking hands with the general. I forgot who his name was. But I think it was like before Norton A. Schwartz became the Air Force Chief of Staff. So this is the number 88 U.S. Air Force for Taurus. As you see, really got this nice blue that's actually coming off of it, showing up well on camera. We got the Quality Care Service, and look at that. We got one of the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds on the car itself. For those who don't know, the U.S. Air Force is an air demonstration squadron. And also we have the Air Force on here, and also the Robert Yates Racing. Since this one and Ricky Rudd are the only ones that we have in this set. And as you see, we have a pilot on here, with the number 88, the Ford credit, and we have the U.S. Air Force logo on here. Now, the U.S. Air Force is the only military-related sponsor to be on a NASCAR race car still, with Petty GMS Racing. Not Petty GMS Racing, Legacy Motor Club. Excuse me. With the Eric Jones. Here's the back as well. We got Quality Care Services, and on the deck lid we got Air Force on here. And for those who don't know, is actually looking at this, there's actually dark blue coming off on the bottom and light blue up here. And just like the number 28 of Ricky Rudd, we get a red chassis on the bottom as well. And for those who are wondering what the screw is for, that's to hold the engine in place. And on to the last one. And last but not least, we have the U.S. Coast Guard. The Michael Holigan U.S. Coast Guard, driven by Jerry Nadeau himself. Now, that name sounds awfully familiar. Jerry Nadeau. Where have you heard that name from? And most importantly, some of you are going to be asking me, where have I heard that name from? Well, he's one of the most underrated drivers in NASCAR history. Now, unfortunately, he had a short career, racking up only one win, beating out the Intimidator in 2000 at the season closer at Atlanta. Unfortunately, Nadeau himself had a bad, serious, near-fatal crash at Richmond and just ended his racing career, so it's kind of a bummer. So, we have the U.S. Coast Guard car. We got the markings of the Coast Guard right here, the color scheme, as it would appear on a U.S. Coast Guard boat or a ship. And as you see, we have Michael Holigan, Coast Guard. We have the Chevrolet on here, the last of the few Chevrolets that's in this. Notice there's no Pontiacs in there too, so it's kind of odd. We have some contingency sponsors on here. We got Jerry Nadeau's name upon the name rail. AC Delco, Advanced Auto Parts, Sarg, and Hendrick Motorsports. And we got the logo of the U.S. Coast Guard right here on the team sponsors as well. Actually, associate sponsor. We got Mike Holigan on here, and also on the associated sponsors, we got Quaker State, GMAC, and Advanced Auto Parts. Actually, Advanced Auto Parts is now with Penske Racing with not Penske Racing, Team Penske with Ryan Blaney. So we got the phone number of the Coast Guard on the back of the deck lid. MichaelHoligan.com. Nobody knows homes like Michael Holigan. And of course, this side is the same way. And also, underside. Now, I actually did notice something. The Fords have the wide pipes. This one actually doesn't. Well, that's kind of odd. I just noticed it. But yeah, this car, the U.S. Coast Guard, driven by Jarrett Nadeau. Very well done. Anyway. And now we got all the cars together. The U.S. Armed Forces Collection from 2000. This is actually my first time covering all of the Armed Forces. Well, I may have covered the Air Force one time, but this is the first time actually covering all the military branches. So my final thoughts on this Armed Forces Collection, and you know what, forgot something. There we go, thought this completes it. So, the Armed Forces Collection, right here, what do I think of this set? It's very well done. You know, you really don't see any military sponsorship on cars anymore because of a defense budget. And to be honest, sorry if I yawn. I really love to see military sponsorship back on cars now these days. And I understand we still have the Air Force that's actually sponsoring number 43, but have that actually on there for basically for Memorial Day weekend, you know, not only Talladega and the spring race, 4th of July, and just on a specific day, U.S. federal days. So, anyway, and I understand I got this off eBay too, so, anyway, if you enjoy this video, leave a like, comment on here, subscribe for more NASCAR DIECAST reviews. I try to publish them out the best way I can. Now, I understand I uploaded this on a Sunday, but you know what? It gives you enough time to watch this video and then watch the Indy 500 and the Coke 600 as well. I hope all of you have a great Memorial Day. You know, remember our fallen on here that represented these 5 military branches that you saw on here. Thank a veteran. And just remember the fallen. Remember those who gave their lives so that way we could be free. So anyway, my name is Dustin, and I will see you guys in another video.